Get my Twitch page set up and making sure there's no audio coming through so that we don't end up with infinite piggy. Okay, that's muted. That's good to go. All right. Awesome. And usually right now, this would be the really cool part of the beginning of the stream where there would be music and some kind of video playing. And it would say something about, stream is about to begin. Something like that. Instead, you get me live. So I'm just going to wait a minute or two, let a few people come in. We got our great moderators to hear, PP Zerk and Zerk. Awesome. Just drop straight in. Exactly. Just go for it. Don't dawdle, Piggy. Just get to it. Diamond Sky also, welcome. Oh, Diamond, I need to set you up. Hang on. I think this is the way to do it. Let's see if this breaks everything. Yep, that didn't do anything. Give me a second. Let me move over to Streamlabs and get this set up. I wasn't sure what your Twitter handle was, if that's the right word. Let's see here. You know, why not? Let's just do everything live, right? I think it's user management. I think this is how this works. Let's find out. Let's see what happens. Oh, /. Let's do that. Okay. The command didn't show up on my screen. I think it works. Vika, I think that's how you say that. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Diamond, when you get a chance, if you could type something in, I want to just make sure that it did work, that you've got a little sword showing up next to your name, says that you are a moderator. B Silver B, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're doing the low-tech version of all the beginning stuff. No overlays or nothing. Let's see here. Let's go and break that. There we go. So for those of y'all who've been following for the past couple of days, Neon Traveler, welcome. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? This is what we got going on. Last y'all had seen this. I think there was still somewhere I was clearing out. There were these pillars with torches on them. And the past couple of evenings, I've just been working on doing this. Making an impromptu pumpkin farm here just so I can go ahead and get myself some lights so I can get them on the floor. Because the first flaw in my system was... so originally I made those 3-block high pillars. Let's see here. Captain Cave Mom. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, it's Vista, but Vika is absolutely fine. It's Vista? It says VICA on my screen. Captain Cave Mom, just watch your last... HC was loyal in DC. Love getting 3 perspectives. Awesome. Yeah, secretly every once in a while I go watch their perspectives as well because I want to see what Dadcraft was crying about. It's like, was it really as dramatic as he was going on? Usually it's not. Every once in a while it is. Usually it's just Dadcraft being a little dramatic. Drama King. Maribel J, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hope you're having a nice weekend. But yeah, what I'd figured out in here was I was originally like stacking up 3 blocks high and then putting torches. And so that was fine because I could run around, and if any slimes would spawn, because I think there's a slime chunk somewhere right in there, spawns would slime, spawns would slime. Slimes would spawn. Yeah, 420 Kitty. You probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that in this stream. That's not quite the stream This is not the stream for you if those are the kind of things you want to chit-chat about. And give you a little warning. This is more family friendly on this end. Wait, that half heart he was at the... Oh my gosh, yeah. That was crazy. Crying never. No, not crying. Protesting. There we go. That's the word we're looking for. Protesting. He doth protest too much. But yeah, so with the 2 blocks up in the air, it was stopping slimes from really spawning and jumping around and causing too much havoc. I could kind of get between the blocks and stop them from coming after me. But then it became a hassle because they kept jumping on all my pumpkins and ruining them. And it was just messing stuff up. So I went ahead and made this little setup. And I have no idea if it's the optimal way to do it. I bet it's not. But you know what? It's working, so we're going to go with that. And just decided I'm going to put lights in the floor. Now I can run around. I've got free range, open area, free range piggy. We can just run unencumbered and do whatever we want. So let's see here. I think I have managed to get all the areas over here lit up. I was just poking holes in the floor and putting torches in them as placeholders. But yeah, so we've got all that done. And so I've since figured out like an idea I want to use this area for. It's underneath the base, so that means as long as I'm working on the base, it's going to be loaded. So I've got an idea of something I want to build down here that can kind of run in the background. One of the things is I'm newer to Bedrock Minecraft, so there's a good chance that some of the stuff I want to do might not be able to be done because it might break the server or cause issues. So I'm going to have to check with... I'll probably check with Zloy off camera. He's pretty good for stuff like that. Give me a lot of pointers. But the other thing that I'm up to is I'm digging in that general direction. I don't know that I'll necessarily clear out... Yeah, break the server, exactly. I don't know that I will clear out from there to over there. But for those of y'all who maybe have not caught some of the other streams, we're going to check something. We're going to do 2 checks. Oh, there's a block. Got to get them all, right? Don't let any blocks go to waste. If they despawn, was it really worth it? Come on, Piggy. Don't break stuff. So right here, notice the 3rd number on the upper left-hand side of the screen is going up. And we've reached the number 480. Okay, so remember that. 613 or... Yeah, we'll do 613, 480. Let's remember that number. Some of y'all have probably seen the other streams and you know exactly what I'm up to. Now, I have no nefarious plans so far as to what I'm up to. There's nothing that I'm kind of sitting there thinking, okay, if I do this and then I do that, I could do that. No, I'm not planning anything like that. I'm creating opportunities, he says with quotes. I'm creating opportunities in case something comes up in the future that we can use it for. Because we kind of got a little chess game going on here. Oh, there's a spoiler over there. So for any of y'all that watch Truly Bedrock videos, you might be about to see something. Where did I put that stinking boat? I know I had a boat floating around here. Get it? There's a boat floating around here somewhere. Maybe I broke it and put it away. Let me look over here real quick because we'll need a boat. We need boats where we're about to go. But there are some individuals here on the server. We got like this little chess game going on, figuratively, where we're keeping all 3 of each other in check. And Piggy, you're streaming, buddy. That doesn't need to be there. Let's see here. Boats. Where could be boats? Oh, I got a bunch of stuff here. I need to move the stuff that's down below up here. Okay. Well, Momcrafter, hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. If you got time, stick around today. I plan on trying to hook my guitar up and see if I can perform a song. So, yeah. I don't know that that's necessarily checkmate over there. But somebody's made their move. It's like bishop to rook 7 or something like that. So We'll see how a certain individual handles that scenario. Let's see here. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to forget the coordinates I called out. Here we go. See, both boats are right here. Look what we got. I can't use them for jack squat on this server, but we got it. We'll do the slow reveal. How about that? Eve AB, you got yourself banned. Why'd you do that? That's no good. You could have been hanging out, having fun, and instead you decided to go and get yourself banned. So let's see here. What did I say? 613 something. Oh my gosh, I haven't even had a chance to see this. That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, 480, that's what it was. Thank you. Okay, so look where 480 leads us to. Well, let's go back a little bit. Let's actually go to 480 before we say it. Okay, here's 480. Where are we at? Now I think that we there's maybe what? I think it goes about 10, 15 blocks, 480, 490, almost 500. So 20 blocks. There's a 20 block wall between me and Dadcraft. So I think he's going to be okay. Don't you? Dadcraft will be just fine. See, here's Dadcraft. This is his move. Fishing solo foe. I guess that's the name of somebody, maybe? This is his move. This is like a pawn moving in on a knight, okay? But that's more like a rook move almost right there, moving in on the queen. And what's really great is they're both distracted with each other, so they really haven't messed with me right now. Okay, I know how to say this. Solo trying to Alzathoth? I think that's how you say it. Welcome, how are you doing? How is your late afternoon evening going? Let's see here. We're on Truly Bedrock server today. I'm going to probably stream from AlphaCraft tomorrow because I do need to get to working on that episode, and I need to start like on Truly Bedrock. I've gotten basically past the starter point to starting to do some work. AlphaCraft, I've still basically got my character at the very beginning. So I do need to get over there and start working on getting myself geared up for stuff to do an episode. You kind of need materials and things. So, what I've slowly been doing here is trying to get a bunch of blocks and stuff to convert it to dumb, because Loy has got his little dumb store going on. Let's see. How are we doing on material collecting? We might... Let's see here. Okay, that's got some room. Okay, that's jammed up. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and make a dumb run. And I'm going to show you what's happening. I've got another bit that I need to record for upcoming week's Truly Bedrock episode with a certain individual. But we're going to try and record it tomorrow. So I don't know if we're going to get it accomplished in time. So if not, I'll just have to alter the end of this week's episode slightly. Uh-oh, of course. Okay, hang on a second. My cat... The reason why I started stream just a few minutes off, I was trying to get my cat to settle and go to sleep because he insisted on being in here with me. Now he's also, all of a sudden, doing what a cat does best, which is changing his mind. He's sitting at the door begging to be let out. So just give me 1 second. Hug the cat for you. If I do, he'll change his mind and decide. He's one of these cats. He's one of these rare cats that absolutely loves to be in my arms or in my lap. So I have to stop what I'm doing, and I have to pet on him and kiss on him, make him feel comfortable and happy, and then he'll curl up and go to sleep. But it's very random when he decides to do it. Let's see here. Okay, it's getting close to night. And I do have a webcam. I'm still kicking around the idea, do I want to add webcam feature to the stream? I've never really done that before. I'm not adverse to showing my face, but you add webcam into it, and you've got lighting and what does the background look like and all that kind of mess that you know, am I staying in frame? Am I now looking at camera, said camera, so that audience feels like I'm looking at them? There's all this extra stuff that goes with it. Stellar J, welcome to the stream. Ooh, look at that. Stellar J is the first person to use one of our new commands. With the great help of Dagcraft, Zerk, and PP Zerk as moderators, we've got some new commands set up going on. We are slowly getting this thing to be a little bit more high-tech than low-tech. You can have a cat cam. Yeah, that was another thing. But the problem is sometimes he sleeps by my feet under my desk. Sometimes he sleeps in my wife's computer chair next to me. He's kind of all over the place. So I guess if I could ever get like a spot for him to stay put, that could potentially work. Let's see here. Okay. 10 points to the first person that can tell me what I just heard through the door and what's happening right now. Can you guess? I'll wait while I guess I won't wait. I'll do this stuff as I wait to see what chat. Feisty Fosa or Fossa, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're having a great weekend. See, we got time zones and stuff going on in this world, but at least we can all say that we are collectively experiencing a weekend. Cat scratches and meows, a meow. Yeah, he's sitting at the door crying. So give me 1 second. I'm going to check the door, see what's going on. We know who's in charge here. Okay, there we go. He had to remember why he meowed at the door and what exactly it was he was trying to accomplish. Neon Traveler, you've only spent 0 seconds watching Piggy. How is that possible? I saw where you said hello earlier. Did you join the stream and then hit pause? Get it? Because we're talking about cats. Don't hit pause. So let's see here. I've only done this 50 times and I can't keep track of which is which. So it's 2 of these for 1 dumb. I want to say I've pretty much... Oh, there we go. There we go. Wait, there's 5 there? How's there 5 there, but that's all jammed up? Okay, so that's 10 stacks. Pause, little jelly beans. You don't think that one's working? I don't know if that one's working or not. I went through and shut some of them off. I have to go check. He was trying to get your attention. Success for the kitty. Yeah. That's what he does best. Let me see here. Oh, it's getting nighttime. I was going to check the chat commands, but I'm not going to do that with a creeper being able to sneak up on me. I actually had one of those sneak in here the other day. So it's 2 for 5, so that's going to be 10 stacks. So we'll do 1, and I know some of these have got gaps. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And then we can get 1 more book with the leftover stacks I got. Okay, that's all cleared out. Was it this one? There we go. We can do that. And then 1, 2 right there. Pigglesworth have been straight. Okay, so yeah, the uptime works. That one I think I've got set up properly. This is what's called a work in progress. Are you kidding me? I just let you in here. I'm just going to let you sit there for a minute and cry. I want you to really be sure of your life choices right now. Okay, tough and cobble. And this is all going to pay off in just a minute. Trust me. I know it's not the most exciting thing. Alice's mom, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Was it 3? Okay, it's 3 for 1 here. So we'll take that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you sure you want out of the room? You're absolutely positive? I want you to have clarity of mind here. I don't want you to just halfway believe that's what you want in your life. Let's see. It's 2 for 1 here. 1, 2. Okay, so that's all we can get with that. Okay, that's 3 meows. I think he's certain. Come on, you. All right, let's see if we can get some peace of mind here. Oh my gosh. Little sneaky pants just walked in. You go find something else to do. Go mow a lawn or do something. Do some yard work. Let's see here. That it needs oh man. Okay, I can get 3 books out of that. There we go. That'll work. No, not the 12. We want to be honest about this. We don't want to jip him. Okay, so that okay, here's the stone. I want to say I just about cleared out all the dumb from the stone. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And then one more time. Ooh, we can get one more dumb out of it. Yes. It's like Pokemon. You got to collect them all, right? Okay, so let's see here. I don't need that. That's empty. That's empty. How we doing here? Okay, this. Okay, so we'll swap these out, and then we will be ready to reveal how much dumb I have managed to collect in 1 week. I have really pushed myself to see how far we can go with this. Okay, it is 2 for 1 here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. And then, okay, here's diorite. I think this is 1, 2. It's weird. It's like a lot of these are 2 for 1, and then for some reason the stone and cobble is 3 for 1. Do your kids like to watch your videos and streams? So I have one son. He is actually an adult now. He's grown up since gotten married. I don't know necessarily that he watches any of my streams. Every once in a blue moon, he'll send me a text commenting on one of my videos, and I made sure to send him links to the videos I recently did that were more like movies than actual Minecraft Let's Plays. He really enjoyed that. Let's see here. Granite. Don't take it for granted, Piggy. Just get that dumb. There we go. We'll just do this random. Why not? Get it? Random. See what I did? Okay, so we'll dump this in here. And I think that has cleared out everything. Yep. Like I said, it's usually about a stack and a half of dumb per dumb run that we do. So let's go over and check. And the puns run wild. You have no idea. You have no idea at all. Did you get the original to stop Zoloid just making new books? No. He makes new books, huh? See, that's what I'm suspecting. Oh, look at this. I think I need to up the amount of diamonds. Nobody wants diamonds. Or they feel like dumb is more valuable. One or the other. Uh-oh. Get out of there, Piggy. So let's do this. Now, normally I would put this dumb in my dumb wallet. But we got a little problem with the dumb wallet. Look at that. So 9 times 3, it is 9 wide times 3 deep times 16, I think added up to 430 dumb, if I'm not mistaken. So 430 plus 32, 462 dumb, okay? Dumb run sounds like me trying to death run with owls. So over 430 dumb, correct? That you just witnessed. And see how I've got that in the ender chest? I get the feeling that's where Zloy has some original book. I don't think he would leave that thing out and about. Door, you should have a mechanism to make you shut. Look at this. There are 423 dumb overall. I think methinks we have a problem, Houston. I already own more dumb than this book says exists. So we have issue. It's kind of like an agency that we won't bother naming out loud just so we don't get banned off of Twitch for naming it. But there's a certain agency that does that too. They just print more whenever they need something. Now those of you who know anything about math and currency, what happens when you print more? I was just stepping by. See, he's giving me the warning. He's telling me, be careful what you say. You don't want to get banned. Yeah, feisty fossa. Fossa. That is exactly right. Inflation. Why do you have counterfeit dumb? I'm dumb. How coincidental is it that someone's named Dumb talking about counterfeit dumb? It's not counterfeit. It is legit. All of that has been acquired from the dumb store. Requires a high-level caper to get the original. Inflation is right. Yeah, I could make it rain, but what I'm trying to do is accumulate. Don't you leave me alone. Everything around here wants to attack me. I'm thinking if I can get all the dumb, I could crash the system. But unfortunately, fortunately, I think we're beginning to prove something. I think we're beginning to prove that somebody has the ability to just create dumb at whim, at will, at their whim. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. And we all know who that person is. So I've got to come up with an alternate way to deal with this. There's no way we're going to crash the dumb economy if the dumb economy can just keep printing. Now, we could potentially try to convince the server that one person having access to the monetary system on the server and being allowed at any given time, being able to just make as much of that monetary stuff as they want, is that really a good idea? Do we really want that person to have that kind of... Hang on. Let me make a point. Let me make a point. And I think you'll all agree with me. I suspect you'll agree with me. Let's just get in the right position here. Do we really want a certain person having control over how much monetary value something has or how much money can be printed? Do we really want just a certain individual to have that kind of power? I'll let you think about it. This is Philosophy Corner with Piggy. We're just going to have some philosophizing for a moment. Just think on that. Is that really a good idea? He's power mad. You have no idea. So I think the first step that would be a good way to prove my point is, could we potentially get all of the dumb in the dumb store? Like, could we... There are certain blocks here I know jack squat about. I don't know anything about, what was it called? Calcite or something like that. Some of these newer blocks, I'm still kind of like, what's that? How do you get that? What do you use it for? I really don't know. And Zloy has spots for them. It is Zloy after all. Apart from monetary philosophy, is trusting Zloy in your best interest. Remove the first part of that sentence, apart from monetary philosophy. We could just say, is trusting Zloy in your best interest? We could just ask that question. But yeah, there's some of the things that he has that you can swap for dumb that I'm not 100% on. So I think what I'm going to do is maximize my efforts. I know I can make dumb down here doing this. Trusting ends loyal, those words don't belong in the same sentence. Yeah, it's almost like a paradox. Hang on. This is going to be another pun, another joke that is not going to be funny. And you know why it's not going to be funny? Because it's going to take me approximately a minute to set this joke up. A more professional streamer, someone who is more subtle, someone who knows how to come up with a joke in their head and then set up the circumstances for said joke to pay off by distracting the viewers with a completely different subject. They would be able to make this thing funny and interesting. But y'all are stuck with me. So really all I'm doing is wasting your time and talking about the exact thing that I'm going to show you, but you don't know what I'm going to show you yet, so you're not quite sure where I'm going with this. But just hang on. Because of Dagcraft, he has... Oh, goodness. What now? Waiting for the joke to drop. Okay, so I created a paradox. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Well, until I sleep and make the sun go away. But still. Wait, where'd the boat go? Oh, great. Come on, get in there. There we go. So, yeah. It was a good joke. It just had horrible delivery. Oh, man. There's a few comedians that are good at that. I can't even remember their names, but there's some like newer comedians I've seen where they like are really bad at telling jokes on purpose, and that's what makes it funny. Exclusive preview. Crickets. Crickets must be Momcrafter's way of laughing. That's quite unique, I must say. But yeah, let's go back down here. Forget the paradox. We'll let Dagcraft handle those. He's good with that. And we are going to see how much, let's see, how much junk can Piggy carry? How much dumb can we acquire? Because the other thing I'm thinking, oh, I do need to keep that with me. The other thing I'm thinking is if we really clear out his store, no more crickets. They left after that bomb. You'll give me a 7.5 out of 10 for the effort. There we go. It was the buildup that made it worthwhile, right? Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, so if I start trying to tell people on the server, look, we've got a problem with the money. Somebody's got access to printing this. This thing says 400. I've got 400. They're going to kind of look at me and, you know, more than likely they're going to be like, Piggy, so what? That means that you acquired all the dumb on the server. Big deal. Quit being a pig. Quit hogging all the money. Share, buddy. Quit being stingy. And they're just going to go on about their business. So I think we need to make a point. I need to be able to show that, look, the book says 400 and X number, like 430 or whatever it was. Guess how much dumb I have? And then show them and be like, oh, look, I've got like 500 dumb. Is there a problem with this? Or 600, or however much dumb we can acquire. That's the other problem is, one, I don't know how much dumb there is. Two, if he's able to print this stuff, I could clear out the whole store. Zloy be over there looking at his stuff like, you know, I really could use some of these blocks. But somebody has taken all the dumb. And just go over and print some new dumb to trade it out. That's a potential scenario that could happen. And we have got to, you know, we got to consider all those factors whenever we're trying to do this little calculated move that we got going on. If everyone has their own currency, you'll need one currency to rule them all. So the goal is to see, yes, the goal is to see how much dumb I can get before I can't get no more. Now, so right now, the way to acquire dumb is to trade things at the dumb stores. Lois set it up. I think water's about to... Yep, water's going to fall. We need to have some blocking blocks on our inventory so we can do that, so I don't lose those torches. Oh, you knew that was going to happen. Oh, great. Let's shut the water off so I can't swim up. Piggy, what are you doing? Huh? That's why we can't have nice things. But yeah, just right now the only way I know I can make dumb, earn dumb, maybe that's a better way of saying it. Zloy's in the process, or Zloy's in the business of making dumb. I'm in the business of honestly acquiring dumb. There we go. There's good lawyer speak. The only way right now I know to honestly acquire dumb is by trading things with the dumb store. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do for now. Once we run out of that avenue, I might have enough dumb acquired to prove my point to the server. But if there's another way to acquire dumb, where are all my blocks? There we go. Come on, one more block. Just okay, fine. Get over there. I see chat moving. Hang on 1 second. Fight with this water. Okay. What do we got? Dylan. I see what you did, Alice's mom. I think you missed it. So welcome to the stream, Dylan. It was good too. Honestly, but looking for opinions. Wait, did she say something and it went right over my head? Am I only 2 blocks tall and I didn't get that joke? Is that what's going on? What happened? Somebody spell it out for me. Look, I spent a minute and a half dragging out a joke. Okay? So if you got to explain one to me, it's okay. It'll probably still be funny. I just need that context. I got to know. Oh, gosh. Okay, you're going to do this to me, aren't you? Okay, here it goes. For those of y'all the other night, we were talking about being able to pronounce names, and I told you there was an infamous name that existed that I constantly butchered in videos for months. And this person was calm and collected and patient with me, and I managed one time to get the name right and then proceeded to forget how to say said name. So, how dumb can he get? Macombers. Did I say that correct? Start the Jeopardy music. We'll see. What is Macombers? There we go. Just don't. Oh, gosh. She's since gotten over the patient stage. She's like, Piggy, just move on. I got it right. Yes. Woohoo. I wanted Jeopardy. Baby. Woo-hoo. That was Weird Al's original version, but I was charging too much money for the rights, so he went with his instead. But yeah, just clearing this out so we can see, can we break the dumb? And if we can't break the dumb, can we at least break the illusion to the other members on the server of what dumb is? You just stay over there, Spider. And then maybe in the process we can dig something out down here that gets us closer to Dagcraft. Because, you know, you just, every once in a while you want to hug a Dagcraft, but you got to be closer to him to be able to hug him. Wait a minute, what am I stuck on? Oh, there we go. And it's weird. I thought I had these areas lit up well enough. No mobs were going to spawn. I know they don't spawn on ice and they don't spawn on bedrock. I'm not quite certain where they're coming from now. And the unfortunate thing is, in Bedrock, maybe that being covered up just caused a dark patch. Maybe that's what it was. But there's like, so for those of y'all who've not played at Java, you can hit F3 and it will show on screen lots of information. It'll show your XYZ coordinates. It will show you the biome that you're in. Sometimes it'll show you the block you're looking at, depending on what it is. It won't do it with everything. But it also will tell you the light level that you're looking at. That doesn't exist in Bedrock. And I don't think that there is a modification that you can add to the game that will let you see light levels. If there is, I know so little about Bedrock as far as modifying it and everything else. I'm kind of a noob when it comes to that stuff. So I'm just kind of having to go off of learned experience from Java as far as light placement and stuff like that. Hopefully 1.18 comes around, we'll get that really cool new feature where as long as light level is over, I think it's like over 0 or 1, then mobs won't spawn, and then that will be really cool. Then we can have a lot of fun with building. Let's see here. They do spawn on ice? Now, wait a minute. So is that a Bedrock thing? Because from what my understanding was, mobs won't spawn on ice. They'll spawn on packed ice. There is a way to check light levels, and it's installed on Truly Bedrock. Foxy made it. Huh. Okay, we'll have to look into that. Do you hold a certain device in your hand and it tells you something like that? Because I think that's how some of the mods work. At least the ones that Foxy has made. Like if you hold a clock or you hold some object in your hand, sometimes it'll activate the mod. Like I know one of them made, I think it was Foxy that did it, they made some kind of a version of replay mod for Bedrock where you can record a camera path, interpolate between points, and then have it live drive a camera account so that you can record time lapses and stuff like that. Foxy has a whole video on it. Could see light level until they changed to Dragon Render Engine. Oh, okay. Uses armor stands. All right. Lyra even had them spawning on frosted ice. That's interesting. Maybe it's a Bedrock thing then. You set up the armor stand and put a banner in the armor stand's hand. The one Foxy made is still very laggy, but it does work. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is go put pumpkins on the floor, let stuff melt, and then just swap them out for regular blocks. So let me get this one spot right here. We'll go. I've got a decent amount of pumpkins. We can go ahead and do that. And yep, it sure did. Look at that. Y'all are right. So that's got to be a Bedrock thing. Because I'll have to check. I could swear that there was a certain kind of ice that you could use that didn't cause any kind of spawning. Marco Zeta, welcome to the stream. It's a Bedrock thing. Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Now I know I'm not going crazy. Okay, so let me see. How did I have these spaced? These were 13 apart. That still seems to work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that right there will be good. And let's see, we'll do a 13 space right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And in that scenario, we just do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's 13. Oh, well. If it's all askew, it's all askew. There we go. That is so weird. Okay, it's just some weird light glitch thing. I was going to say, it looked really weird the way that for a split second, it looked like there was nothing. And then it showed up. Counting with Piggy, yes. Piggy slowly over time trying to prove to others that he really does know how to do at least rudimentary math. Let's see here. We'll just use cobble. Why not? And we broke the dam. Here comes all the water. Oh my gosh. Wait. But in irony, I think you misemphasized the syllables in D-E-L-E-N-N. There we go. That's how you do that. I've just about given up, so don't worry about it. I've tried explaining, but it devolved into DC and crew calling me Dell. I only brought it up because you made me a deal of Macomber. Okay, so here's an optimistic way of looking at it. Everybody's got things in life that's just going to be that thorn in their side. No matter what you do, you just can't seem to make it go away. Maybe that's your thorn. No matter what name you put on Twitch, it's always going to be just slightly said wrong. And the good thing about that, if that's the thorn, that's a pretty minor one to deal with. Unless you're a linguist, then I can see where that would really drive you insane. There we go. Looking on the bright side with Piggy. I'd actually thought about singing that song, and then I paid attention to some of the lyrics. And no. We lit that area up. There is no reason for you to do that. Oh, it's up there. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Piggy breaks everything. We'll get this all straightened out. It's okay. Segwar is now a whole thing. Normal math doesn't. Gonna need a bigger. Segwar, what's that? Is that a name? My inventory. Yep, my inventory is all jacked up. Okay. So let's go clear all this mess out. I don't know what Segwar is. Is that like a Jaguar mixed with a Segway? A very quick Segway? Is that what that means? A Segway that's quick on its feet. Oh, I bet I figured it out. And if not, I just made an alternate explanation. Yeah. Unbreaking Power 1. I don't think I need... We'll just toss it on the ground. I almost never use bow and arrow anyway. Let's see. We'll do that. I definitely don't need a spider eye. And we'll get this going. I know somebody had mentioned something about watching the MHC. So I had, the other night, I think it was Thursday, I had totally forgot to render and upload the MHC video. So that's why it was off being released for a few days. Wait a minute. All right, let's shift that so we can put that in there. And then anything else? Anything else you wanna unload, Piggy? Nope, looks good. Okay. Wasn't it Shiguar that got mispronounced? It could be that. You know what? Every day is a new day. You never know with me. But Ching. I'm trying to remember what in the world I was saying. Oh yeah, just the whole the schedule got all jacked up, so I managed to get that released today. But I have gotten Monday's video rendered, and I'm going to set up my computer to go ahead and render out the rest of the series and get that uploaded. So for those of y'all that have been watching that should be back on schedule. Okay, I didn't make one for stone, so we'll do this. So there should be no more interruptions. You won't have to resort to watching Zloy or Dadcraft's point of view to see what happens if for whatever reason you enjoy watching my perspective. I know my perspective. Like, and this is I can't remember who it was. Somebody had posted this. It was either in Discord or on the video comments. But they were talking about, like, I know that I frustrate the heck out of people watching videos. Sometimes they're screaming at the screen, Piggy, what are you doing? Come on, quit being so incompetent. Here's a better way of doing that. That happens. I get that. That's me. But Zloy and Dadcraft and myself, we've even had these discussions off camera just because as a content creator, when you're working on a series or you're even talking about like coming up with a new series idea, enjoy watching all perspectives. Awesome. That's good. I do that when I can because it's always nice to, one, throw a view their way to help their video get that viewed, and two, just to see what it was they were seeing, especially when we get split up. That's always nice to see their perspective. But yeah, as a content creator, y'all are going to learn a little insider baseball here. A little behind the scenes. It's like the extra track on the DVD. The one that usually people don't watch. I'll admit, I watch all of them. If it's a movie I love, I'm watching all the commentary. All the behind the scenes. But that's me. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, just as content creators, assessing what we're doing, does it work, what does and doesn't work, how do we make a series better, or coming up. I could have swore I had areas lit up well enough. You should not be spawning. And so one of the things we had talked about was like a new idea for a series, similar to the MHC, but a little bit different. And we were trying to come up with like What is the mechanism in this that people would want to be watching? Why would they watch us playing said game or game type or video? Okay, they're coming from over there. We need to investigate that a little bit and figure out, did I miss a lighting spot? What is going on? I don't feel like I've missed an area. It all looks pretty lit up. Could it be just this one little area maybe is a little darker than it should be? Plus, listening to Dadcraft cry about 3 times is pretty entertaining. Love the commentaries. Awesome. Yeah, and speaking of, I had started doing a commentary version of my AlphaCraft videos explaining behind the scenes. I got away from that. I forgot totally I was doing that series. I do need to get back on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6 gap. Maybe it's coming from here. You know what? Just as like a precaution, this feels about the center of the area. Let's just do that and see if that fixes it. I don't know. This slightly feels dark, but I'm not quite certain. I feel love watching your... Oh, hang on. I was trying to read chat. You're messing with me. I, for one, love watching to hear Dadcraft yelling, "Piggy, I'm on fire. I'm going to die." It makes it worth it. And here's Loy act like nothing is going on. It kills me. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I would agree. The moment I hear Piggy yell, "I'm on fire. I'm on fire," it's very difficult to concentrate on said game at said moment when that happens. It's almost too much. And the fact that, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not a shtick, okay? Dadcraft, we don't off camera plan like, okay, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen, and you make sure to do this joke. We don't do that. We do coordinate slightly as far as like, what do we want to accomplish in an episode, just so we're all kind of pointed in the same direction. But the fun thing about doing MHCs with Dadcraft and Zloy, or most videos per se, I would say 95% of what you see on screen is all ad-libbed. It's all complete reactionary in the moment stuff. We don't really plan it. So knowing that, and then now go back in time and pay attention to all the times Dadcraft's lit himself on fire. How? You know, it's like, how does he manage to continuously light himself on fire? That to me is what makes it so funny. It's like, really, we're doing this again? I agree, Mark. Piggy's definition was on point. My definition? What did I do? No, Segwar is an in-joke we've made after you botched a name on here. Ah. He's always on fire. Okay, we could say that. Dadcraft is on fire. Let's see here. Break that. I'm trying to remember where exactly I was going with that. Oh, yeah, we were talking off camera about what is it in the series that we want to do. Just trying to like work out details and stuff. And we all kept coming to the same conclusion, which is trying to create a video that's fun and interesting to watch. Why, trying to assess what is it that the audience enjoys in the videos we're doing as a team. And it's not guesswork. It's not like, we're bloviating and coming up with what we think it might be. We're actually discussing what was it in comments? What did the audience, what was their feedback that led us to the conclusion of why the audience enjoyed a certain thing about our episodes. So it's, you're trying to be brutally honest about what it is you're doing and what seems to be working and what isn't. Because to be brutally honest, the only way in life you're really ever going to get ahead is if you honestly assess things that are going on. You remove your emotion from the situation. Now, you can't help if you have an emotional reaction to something. That's a completely different subject. Okay, it's like I used to tell my son when he was young. I said, "Look, I'm about to tell you something, and you're not going to like to hear it." Okay, like tell him. Say per se, I'm telling him his grades are bad, so he can't go do certain something. Look, I understand that what I'm about to tell you is going to make you upset. I would have to be an absolute jerk and an idiot to think that me telling you this, you're not going to get upset. That's a given. I'm not concerned about whether or not you get upset, okay? I'm concerned with what you do with being upset. That's where the control is. Very few things in life can any of us control how we're going to have an emotional reaction to. Now, there is something to be said that over time you can kind of learn to develop a thick skin to control emotional reaction to things. But and there are even going to be instances where you run into stuff you've never experienced in your life. You honestly, you can guess how you would react, but you honestly have no idea exactly how you're going to react to something. You never know. So judging yourself on having an emotional response or reaction or lack of reaction to certain things, because that happens as well. Sometimes people get upset with themselves because they're like, that I would have thought that should have upset me and it didn't. Now I think there's something wrong with me. But having an emotional reaction or lack thereof of something is not really the focal point. What are you doing about it? Are you losing control? Are you freaking out? Are you going overboard? Or are you using that emotional reaction as a barometer / thermometer to gauge this situation and help you create a constructive response? Something that's going to let you use what you're going through instead of what you're going through use you. If that makes sense. Hang on, there's a little bit of chat. Let me read that real quick and I'll get back to point. Yeah, emotional reactions are a whole thing. It's why we've been trying to get Zloy to go to therapy. He's got good control, but he needed some help, and I'm glad he's getting it now. Yeah, I'm glad. Anybody that in life stops and says, I can't do this, I need some help, that's always a good thing. Just as long as a person you employ giving you the help is a good thing. But that's its own discussion for another time. Just honestly assessing things in your life. What's working, what isn't. How can we improve on it? Being brave enough to face the emotion that you're going to stir up by asking the tough questions. Because at the end of the day, if your goal is to grow and better yourself, if you really think about it, almost all growth, and I know this might be a little controversial to say, but almost all growth involves some form of destruction or pain. You have to change from the state you're at to a new state for that growth to occur. Now, I'm pretty sure we can find details and stuff that kind of breaks that paradigm or that idea, but that's kind of like a generalized thought process. If you're going to grow, if you're going to get better, succeed, or whatever, like if you want your muscles to be stronger, you have to break them down so that they can heal and become stronger. That's a process. It can be a very painful process. And that's why a lot of people doing physical type things, they always tell you it's always a mental game. It's not really physical so much as mental. You just have to train that mental acuity to put up with negativity, pain, things that normally you're going to want to try to avoid as a survival instinct. But then there comes in an element of being honest and looking at, is the pain that I'm doing, could it be, oh my gosh, are there baby ones? I had no idea. That is crazy. Is this pain actually constructive or is this destructive? Because there's that whole realm of people that cut themselves and hurt themselves, and that's just terrible that people have to go through that. But that's kind of its own little caveat. I'm speaking as a generalized healthy person looking to and prove themselves, that kind of thing. So, also slimes can't kill iron golems on Bedrock. Okay, that's different. Looking at the honest picture, exactly. I agree with you, Piggy. Getting help when you need it's the best idea. I know of many people afraid to get help, but I'm a big believer in it. And here's the thing. Help doesn't have to necessarily be a professional. I would say that it probably helps in many instances, especially in more dangerous instances. But there is a lot of just generalized help in the world that if you find someone that you can trust and just have honest conversation with, and they can help you. The trick is you have to find somebody that knows how to listen. So many people think that helping means talking about something and helping them figure out the solution. And that's really not what it is. It's letting a person talk, letting them say out loud the things they've been carrying around in their head that they have been too afraid to vocalize, even to themselves. And then you as the listener, just, maybe every once in a while asking an important question to kind of spur them to think in a different direction. Most of the time, untrained people, and I mean trained in the sense that you've gone to a school and you've been taught to understand all this kind of stuff, basically like psychiatry, stuff like that. Most general people that have a decent relationship with somebody and understands who they are, you can have those kind of conversations. That makes a good parent. Somebody that knows how to talk to their child, not talk down to their child, although there are instances where the kid needs that, but being able to talk to the child and challenge their thought process, or challenge the way they're thinking, or challenge them to be brave enough to think in a direction that maybe normally they wouldn't want to. Ask them a tough question and then give them the space to think about that question and kind of arrive at their own conclusion. A lot of people can do that. So you can find that. You don't have to spend money and get a session going. You just have to find a person you can trust that would be willing to do that. Now, that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So, play the situation by ear, what it allows. But don't ever think that just because you don't have enough money or you can't afford a psychiatrist or a therapist that somehow you can't get help. There are plenty of avenues. You just have to take some time, take a few minutes, and really look through them. Let's see, talking stuff out with friends can be huge help itself, or like you're saying, having someone to just listen. Exactly. Agreed. I discovered years ago, people often work out their own solutions. They just need to think it out loud. Okay, so kind of a caveat to that, which I found extremely interesting, and I can't remember where I read this, but I read it years ago. I kept paying attention because one thing that I do pretty good in life is notice patterns. That's kind of like where my brain is at, is looking for patterns and things. So I found out this bit of information, and then I just kind of paid attention to it over the years. It was the fact that doctors were talking about listening to their patient. When the patient comes in and you say, so what seems to be the problem? Generally, we think as a patient, a doctor asking that question, they're wanting to hear all your symptoms so that they can puzzle it all together and they can figure out what's wrong with you. That's what it feels like as the patient when they're asking you that question. But actually, they're doing that and one other thing. Doctors have kind of this rule amongst themselves where they say, look, oh, there's ice here. I didn't realize that. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of ice there. Okay, we'll have to just kind of be mindful of that when I light up the area. But doctors say, maybe 75% of the time, patient already knows what's wrong with them. You just have to listen to them. Even if you as a patient don't know what's going on, by you talking about what's going on, you're the one that has experienced your existence. And so the longer you're alive, the more you collect information subconsciously about how you feel when certain things are going on. Like you subconsciously know the pattern of what it feels like when you've got a fever coming on, or a cold, or maybe you had the flu before and you know what that feels like, or strep throat, just whatever it is. There's a high probability that even if you don't quite know it yourself, you know what's wrong with you, or you know enough to really help the doctor hone in on what exactly needs to be done. So when they're listening to you, they're not just listening for symptoms, they're listening to you comparing your past experiences and ailments. Am I full again? I sure am. To what you're currently experiencing. I just thought that was really interesting. That we know a lot more than we know we know. Put some slime in a boat to stop them spawning. Oh, okay. At this point, I'm not too worried about the slime spawning. I don't mind collecting the slime. I may need it for something. I've never heard that before, Neon. Thanks. Yeah, that is a good idea. I learned it watching another stream. Forget whose. And for those of y'all who've watched me any period of time, you know that Piggy, although he's a pig, loves rabbit trails. So I've rabbit trailed that entire thing to get back to saying, Dadcraft's Loy and I were assessing and looking over, like, what have we done? What do we want to do? That kind of deal. The conclusion we arrived at was, as far as some kind of stellar, competent player, we're doing something groundbreaking on camera that no one's ever done before. That's not us. You know, the things that I'm doing, more than likely, if I'm not consciously aware that I'm doing it, I'm mimicking what I've seen somebody else do, or I'm doing a play on an idea of somebody else that has inspired me. I know that for myself for certain. I don't know how much of that would be Zloy or Dadcraft. But as a group, when we're playing, there's nothing too groundbreaking that we're doing as content creators that people would be watching. What we've discovered over probably years now, got a jet, time for binge catch up of Piggy videos with the family. Have a good stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And enjoy your time with your family. I must say, that's one of the things that I find very rewarding is I don't get as many views on videos number-wise as my mind tells me I should sometimes. And, you know, I just get over that. That's no big deal. But the pattern I've noticed on my channel is that generally there are a group of people watching the video together, usually parent and children, or friends together, or children together, something like that. But usually that view count does not reflect the quantity of viewers going on. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? If I've got to have one or the two, I would rather families enjoying what I've created than seeing some big viewer count on YouTube. So that is really cool to hear. That encourages me. And I hope that the videos are up to snuff and that y'all find them enjoyable. Wait, got lots of them. What are they talking about? Something? I don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Oh, maybe they're like standing in front of each other showing blocks or something. Okay, anyway. So what we had kind of discovered was, just from our viewer feedback, was people are not watching those MHCs for competency. By any means. It's more like watching an episode of The Three Stooges. Something like that. It's the dialogue and the interaction between the three of us that makes the video enjoyable and makes people come back and want to watch the whatever new series we come up with, or maybe even potentially rewatching the same series over again. So having that in mind, knowing that bit of information, what motivates the audience to watch what we're doing, is a good piece of information to know, because it kind of changes your perspective as a content creator as far as where you're concerned when you're recording something. You know, Could we or could we not do a specific type of series? Well, I'm not too worried about specific said type of series. Can we accomplish it competently or anything like that? As long as we're having fun as a group, antagonizing each other, ribbing each other, coming up with jokes and whatnot, that's what the audience enjoys. That's what that content provides. So it's really good to know those kind of things, because now when we're recording episodes, we don't look at it and say, okay, did we accomplish X? Did we get so much done in this episode? It's more like, how's everybody feeling? Are you tired? Do we need to stop recording for now? Because sometimes being tired makes it really hard to be funny. It's just sometimes, as a creative, if any of y'all are creatives, being creative sucks energy out of you. And if you're exhausted, sometimes it can be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to feel like the creativity that you're channeling is really going anywhere. So sometimes we just have to call it quits for a recording session. But instead of sitting there and going, did we accomplish X, Y, Z? Do we feel like we're competent? It's really cool, because we just put the focus on, does everybody feel like that our commentary is working out, that our back and forth is working out? If the answer is yes, it's like, all right, we can be confident that those who enjoy what we're doing are going to enjoy this, and then we can keep recording. So it's just nice to do that. And that's kind of the positive for assessing things, at least in that vein. And it's really cool, because if you haven't done it before, if you start training yourself to assess things in your life, over time you become more and more confident with yourself that even though the process may feel painful at the moment, by experience there's going to be a constructive outcome out of it. And so it gets easier over time to keep doing that, to keep going through that painful, honest look at things. Because you can tell yourself, look, at the end of the day, you know what? This is not only going to be better for me, but it's going to help me take the limited waking hours I have available and focus them in a positive and productive direction. So, who knew that digging blocks underground would create way for such philosophical discussion, right? Every time my nieces are over, I keep telling them to watch Piggy. At least they enjoy it when you're together, even if they don't watch you on their own all the time. That's awesome. I appreciate that. It's the chemistry you guys have together. Yep, I agree. The banter is the best part of the videos. Yeah, it's just that back and forth. And then kind of a little caveat to that, go and clear the air here. So I've had a lot of people get, I guess concerned would be the kind way of saying it. It's different levels for different folks. But people get a little concerned about, is Dadcraft mad at you? Is he upset with you? Did you do something to really, because Dadcraft comes off as very dramatic on screen when he's interacting with me anyway. And I've had to tell this to people multiple times. Dadcraft's one of the nicest people I know. If he cares about you, he cares about you. He'll give his shirt to you if that's what it takes. And off camera, the discussion, the way we interact is completely different than on camera. It's all an act. Or Dadcraft is really good at acting that it's all an act, one or the other. But off camera, it's a complete night and day interaction between us as far as how we talk about things, plan things. It's very much a team effort. It's all an act on camera, just to ham it up. See what I did there? Just to make things funny. So if you've ever wondered what things are like, very different, very, very different. Nothing as hostile as it comes across on screen. Or if Dadcraft does say something, it's generally as a joke, and it's known to be a joke. And that's why when he looks like he's being harsh to me on screen, I laugh at it, because I know it's a joke. So, Just in case you've ever had that concern or that wonder. Trust me, Dadcraft is a really great guy. So let's see here. Go ahead and break this. And break you. So one thing that I've done for years, actually I used to do this before I even started doing YouTube. I've been into music most of my life. Not all, but a larger chunk of being alive than not being alive. I have been interested in music one way, shape, or form, and for years had spent. Can we have some cheese with that ham? Yeah. Hang on, let me get a drink of water here. Actually started out years ago trying to be in a band and actually quote unquote make it in the music scene, and that whole thing is its own little story and reality that in hindsight I'm glad I never quite made it in the music scene the way that I wanted to originally. I understand why now so many musicians are drunks and druggies and ruin their life and die young. It is not a healthy environment for human beings. So my path in life took a slight different turn and direction, but I never lost that love and desire for music. And so originally I decided, you know what, instead of trying to quote unquote get signed to a label and the traditional thing, of course this is like 10 years ago, so this is way back when smartphones were just kind of emerging and a lot of social media was still very young. But my idea was, well, why don't I start doing stuff online, excuse me, and just break away from this whole dichotomy of you have to have a record label and you have to have radio play. Why don't I just create my own thing musically? And so I got the bright idea. So writing music, recording music takes money. It takes time. It's a very steep mountain to climb. Unless you just happen to be recording music that's more like down-home folk type music, something that doesn't need a lot of really good audio clarity. People almost expect the charm of that music is in its lo-fi type sound. But if you're wanting anything that sounds more like modern music, modern rock would be one good example, you need a little more production value. Well, that takes money and time. So I was like, okay, I've got some recording equipment set up, but not a lot. And I love to be creative. Oh, that one's the one that turns it into water. That's what's happening. I love to be creative. Like, I'm creative to the point that I view cooking food as a creative process to be enjoyed and to be explored artistically. That just makes sense to me, doing that. I know for some people this is sustenance, must be made. Me, it's more like, okay, I'm making mac and cheese, but how could I make this mac and cheese really unique or different? Right? How could I make this taste so good that I'm not going to want to go buy it in a restaurant because it's just nowhere near as good as what I'm doing. So I'm like, well, what are other creative things that I could do and buy me time? I'm like, I love playing video games. I've always loved playing video games. There's this whole new thing seems to be emerging on the internet where people are playing video games and people are watching that. I was like, all right, tell you what, I'm going to build an audience performing video games, and then maybe someday I'll transfer that into getting that audience to listen to me doing music. And so kind of in the background, I've always had where I perform music and do different things. Over the years, I've really struggled with my voice. When I put my voice in headphones and listen to it, I'm like, oh man, I don't know about this. Sometimes I hit bad notes and just stuff, and there again, it's that personal assessment thing that we were talking about earlier. Assessing it and saying, is this the right direction? Does this work? Is this the right thing? Should we alter this to make it something different? Because I'm looking at the medium of recording. So like if you're performing live, the audience is distracted in or caught up in the act of the live performance. So you as a performer have a lot of leeway where you can get away with hitting bad notes and stuff. People don't remember it. But there's a musician named Billy Corgan who was in a band called Smashing Pumpkins years ago. Some of y'all probably know who he is. And one of the things that he had said, he's kind of a controversial guy when it came to music. Some people thought of him as like a very egotistical jerk. I viewed him much more as like just a very honest, brash individual. Charisma stat. Hey, Zloy, what are you doing, buddy? How are you doing? But one of the things he said that had stuck with me was people had asked him, why are you such a perfectionist when it comes to recording? And he said, look, once I release this performance into the world as a recorded medium, people will be able to listen to it over and over and over again. They'll be able to scrutinize it. They'll be able to hear all the flaws in it. And I do not want to release a piece of music until I feel like it's where it needs to be, not necessarily perfect, but it's where he feels like it represents what he was trying to say as an artist. So, welcome back, Zloy. There goes the neighborhood. So that's kind of the perspective that I'm looking at when I'm trying to record stuff. Is this something that I'm comfortable with existing and being played over and over again? And best case example is what is your charisma stat? Best case example would be that I recently had recorded a version of Yellow for a video I had done, and there are like one or two parts that even now when I listen to it, I kind of shudder a little bit. I'm like, oh, I should have fixed that. I should have done that. I was kind of on a time constraint, so it was one of those where I had to make that decision of, look, you could work on this for another week and fix something that most people probably won't catch, or you could go ahead and just release this now. So, but one thing I've always tried to do with my streams is incorporate some kind of musical element into it. And as time goes on, I'm going to... Oh, there it goes. There must be some server lag going on. As time goes on, I'm going to try and incorporate more and more music. I've got a song picked out that I want to perform that will be kind of like an outro song for every stream, just as kind of a way to say goodbye to everybody. And kind of close up the stream. Oh my gosh. Where did he come from? Yeah, I know your IMAX widescreen. You know why? Because I have not figured out how to make OBS focus on what I'm doing properly. So instead of having a weird black bar show up at the very bottom of the game, I decided to make it look more like what you're saying, where it just like balanced out. Uh-oh, we're going to cause a catastrophe right here. But that having said, that song, it's how do I describe it? There's a little bit more blues and a little bit more, I wouldn't necessarily say jazz chords going on in it, but there's a little more complexity to the instrument and what you're having to do than what I'm generally used to playing. I can play it. I don't feel like I'm quite there yet, so I'm not going to be able to play that song today. But I went ahead and worked out another song that I could play, so I'm going to go ahead and play that song here in just a moment. And then I think we'll call it for stream. Let me see, where are we at? What is it? Uptime, I think, was the command. Hour and 24 minutes. Okay, so that's not too bad. I've got some videos I have to work on, and really what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get my days in. I think after today I'll have 4 more days that I'll need to stream to make affiliate. And I was going to try and see if I could get all that straightened out before next stream weekend for Truly Bedrock. We'll go ahead and plug that right now. Next weekend, Truly Bedrock is going to have a whole bunch of people from the server streaming. If I don't reach affiliate by then, it's fine. I'll survive. But just as like a personal goal, I'm like, okay, you know what? I've gotten my little cinematics done for the two series that I'm doing, so let's put that focus on streaming and see if we could get that going, because I know for about a year or so at least, people have been hinting at they would like to see me start getting back into streaming. So let's see here. So now the one thing that I have not done is I have not plugged in this guitar to my soundboard the way I'm about to do it. I figured out I have a different cord plugged into it, so I'm going to try and plug that in and see if I can get that audio set up. So if y'all can be patient with me for just a moment. Yay, my first piggy drawing if nothing messes up my weekend. Awesome. I'm going to try and see if I can get this set up live here. Maybe we can get a song going real quick before I have to go. Okay, so I'm going to plug my guitar into the soundboard. I'm going to give you a heads up, and I'm going to give you about 30 seconds, and then I'll do this. I'll move my character on screen to tell you it's okay. I'm going to plug my guitar in, and I know sometimes it makes a pop noise on my soundboard, and so the last thing I want is for that pop noise to mess with your audio. So I'm going to give you about 5 or 10 seconds here. Maybe you're laying down or something. You need to find a remote, whatever you need to do to hit mute. And then once I move my character, that tells you that it's safe and that I've plugged in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in my thing now. Okay, so that is set up. Let's see here. 2 and 3. Okay, turn that down. Okay, so what I don't know is, you know what I need to do? Let's see here. I'm going to shut my microphone off for a minute, and I'm going to listen to the stream. I'm going to see if this audio is coming through. Okay, it sounds like the audio's working there. It took me just a second to figure that one out. Now what I don't know is the balance between the guitar and my voice. Yeah, we're doing all this live. This is all low-tech stuff. Someday I'll graduate to being a professional. Sounds good on that side? So I do need to tune real quick. Let me pull up the notepad file I had for this certain song. Alright, so I am going to do a test, one more test here right now. And you'll tell me if my voice and the guitar are decent balance of the two. So we're just La 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 la. La 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 la. I promise that's not the song I'm gonna sing. This is a test now. Y'all don't panic. La 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 la. La 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 la. How was that? The guitar's a bit strong. All right, let's cut that back a bit. This is the second try to the weird song that has no meaning or rhyme or any lyrics because it's all improv. All improv. How's that? That's better? Better mix? Okay, awesome. Alrighty. It's not the greatest song in the world? Yes, it's not. But it's not the worst song in the world either. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. In everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. I came along. I wrote a song for you. And all the things you do. And it was called Yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. You know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swam across, I jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones, it turned into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so, it's true. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things you do. Look how they shine for you. There we go. There's a song. Oh my gosh, Sloy. If your skin's yellow, you might have liver disease. Oh, man. Awesome. Yahoo. So there'll be more to that to come. I've got tons of different music, different genres and genres. Sound amazing. Thank you, Zloy. I appreciate that. Totally didn't make you tear up. Awesome. I'm glad I didn't make you tear up. I would hate to do that. But yeah, I've got lots of different songs. A lot of old 90s grunge stuff. Tom Petty songs, some more newer stuff that I plan on playing. At one point, I actually plan on maybe trying to do like more music-driven streams. So it would be more like an actual performance than you watching me play a video game. So, but I want to work out details like things that will let the audience interact with that, help ways that they can choose songs and stuff like that. So that it's that I'm capitalizing on it not being like, say you went to a club and watched a musician play, but that I borrow or use the tools that exist for a streaming performance that you wouldn't necessarily get out of a live show, if that makes sense. So those are things that are in the works. Those are things that are in the future. Somewhere down there where Dadcraft is, that's where those things are. And I just have to keep digging till I find them. Oh, man. So, yeah, it's a little bit shorter stream today. Not as long as they have been. But like I said, I've got, I think, 4 or 5 more days I need to do. So, and I think I've really gotten close to my hour limit that they need. So I've accomplished that. So I think to kind of make it easy on myself, I'm going to try and see if every day, so we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If every day maybe I can try to stream for like an hour. But we'll see. Don't hold me to it. But I'm really going to try. I'm really going to try and do that. And then moving forward, I'm thinking that my normal streaming will be maybe one day during the week and one day during the weekend. So it'd be like 2 days a week kind of ordeal, but we'll just see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. There's a musician joke for you, but I'm ching. But can you cook better than Dadcraft? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I will say this. I feel like I could keep up with Dadcraft. I don't know if I can cook better than Dadcraft. You were clearer than most concerts I've been to. You normally can't hear the words at a concert, so this was better. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to guess that it probably has something to do with whatever like Iron Chef. It would depend on the ingredient. It would depend on the meal. I am not good on my feet as far as like coming up with stuff. I'm good at finding recipes and then being able to make them. That's more where I excel at. And I don't know where Dadcraft is at. I know he likes to do a lot of barbecuing and grilling. So he might actually be pretty far ahead of me in that department. I've only recently started really experimenting with that. I've found this I guess it's like St. Louis style ribs recipe that I found. I've made it twice now, and you make it in the oven. You don't have to make it on a grill. So you can make it in an apartment, you can make it in the wintertime, and they're really good. They are so good that I told my wife the other day, I don't think I really need to go to somewhere like Chili's or somewhere else to get ribs. I think I'll just make my own because this recipe is night and day better than other stuff. So, but yeah, oh man, I think it would be fun to have a cook-off with Dadcraft sometime. I don't know how we would accomplish that, but that could be fun, even if just for the fact of doing it, just so we can eat the food. Someday I hope to actually be able to try out if maybe Dadcraft would release the recipe of his ribs, then I could try and make them. But if you're interested in food and stuff like that, hey, you could go check out my Discord. I have a channel in there called Eat Like a Pig, and I post every once in a while pictures of different stuff that I've cooked. And the people on Discord, they're also free to post it as well. If you have something you're proud of that you've cooked, and I've had people put like a picture of like something that they got out of the freezer bag and they cooked in the oven, but they were happy they made it. So it's like all skill levels are welcome. There's no judging there at all. It's just you want to show others something that you cooked and that you're proud of. And maybe in the future, if there gets to be more interest into it, I might actually set up a thing for like recipes that I found. Usually I post links to YouTube videos that I've found for the recipe of whatever picture that I've cooked. So if other people want to go check it out, they can. So that's what I try to do. Try to make it a not just strictly Minecraft based community for Discord and stuff like that. So Eric Bannister, welcome. And you know what? I need to go back through. I noticed there were a couple names that popped up in chat that either they were lurking or I just didn't get a chance to acknowledge them. Let's see here. We got B Munch said hi. Hello. Welcome to the stream, although it's just about to be over. Boro and Company, good work, bud. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see here. I'm not seeing any other names I haven't seen kind of throughout the stream, so that's good. I think I got everybody. So, and once again, I'm still in the process of getting stuff set up. We got commands and things worked out. We've got some moderators going, so that's awesome. What I need to start working on now is my overlays, my audio triggers, things like that. When people sub to the channel, reactions, stuff like that. And Dadcraft has really been helping me out a lot in the background when he has time. So we're going to try and get all that worked out. So if anybody is new to this Twitch channel, if you're new to the stream, if you followed and a prompt didn't come up and I didn't thank you for that, I'm going to go ahead and just say that now. Thank you so much for sending me a follow. I appreciate it. And hopefully here in the future we'll get that all straightened out and figure out a way to actually tap Piggy on the shoulder and say, hey, Piggy, guess what? Somebody followed you. You need to acknowledge them, buddy. Quit being such a stuck-up pig. Lightgen, hello, welcome. So, let me check here real quick. I'm going to pop over my Discord real fast and see if the mods have... Okay, so they have suggested somebody. Zerk, could you type into Discord real quick? What is their channel name? Just so I get that syntax correct when I type in that command. Uh-oh. So I'm already messing stuff up. I clicked the wrong thing here. Let me see if I can get that going. Well, you tried? Hey, 30 seconds is better than catching it 2 days later, right? And Lightgen, I appreciate you stopping by. Here soon, I'll have a much more stable schedule, a more predictable schedule. And so that way I can kind of let people know in advance when stuff is coming out. Because I've also been noticing people commenting that for some reason, Twitter is giving them the tweet of me about to go live like a day after it happens. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to try and we'll get everything straightened out here. Don't worry. We'll get it all on the up and up, and then there won't be any missing out. But we're going to go ahead and go over and raid Zap. Zap is streaming right now, so we're going to put this in. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending part of your Saturday afternoon with me. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you again soon. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you again soon. Let's go give Zap a raid.